49ers. I'm playing as my pick to win. Now, I don't know what any of the settings are. So, yeah, I'm just going to get into it, and I'll figure it out. Granted, I kind of stay away from the menu, so I don't know if I'm on, like, rookie, pro,
Okay, Coach. Well, the road ends here. It has been a wild, often unpredictable 2019 season. And now it's time for the greatest spectacle in all of sports. Super Bowl 54 from Miami.
I'm not really
this town has played host to 10 Super Bowls in the past. And tonight, we write chapter number 11. And what a matchup we've got.
Just so I feel like they're more well-rounded.
We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs taking on the 5-time Super Bowl champs from the NFC, the San Francisco 49ers.
Like I said, let me actually look at some settings real quick.
The game's first play produces 6 yards.
I don't know if I'm on rookie. Let's see. Game options. I'm on pro, okay. That means literally nothing, but
Brandon Gordon and Charles Davis, happy to be with you. And Charles, many had ordained the Kansas City Chiefs to be the best team in the NFL coming into the season, and now here they are, one game away from their first Super Bowl title since Super Bowl IV 50 years ago.
I just feel like the Chiefs are more of a long
But how
shot.
about this? This is their 5th straight playoff appearance. They went to overtime with New England in the AFC title game last year. Remember, they were down big at the half, came all the way back and had a chance to win, lost in overtime. Finally climbed that mountain and got back. And do you remember Super Bowl IV against Minnesota? Remember Hank Stram as their coach? On the sidelines, mic'd up for the first time. That really gave us a lot of what we have now with NFL films. What a terrific performance by that Kansas City team, and they blew away the Vikings in that game.
Meanwhile, the 49ers are back in the Super Bowl for the 7th time in franchise history. One of the more successful teams in the Super Bowl era.
Like I said, I do feel like
to claim their 6th title,
Kansas
which
City's
would
better
tie
than
them with the Patriots and
I will
Steelers
not be
for
upset.
most ever.
I like how you stated that they're one of the more successful franchises
will not be
in
upset
Super
if
Bowl
the
history
Niners win,
because
but
at one point they were 5-0 in Super Bowls. Joe Montana with wins
I just
in
feel
Super Bowl
like
16,
Patrick
19,
Mahomes
23, and
owns
24.
Tyreek Hill
And
and
Steve
Travis
Young, remember
Kelce
that one? Get
mixed with
monkey
the
off my
more
back,
experienced
as he won
coach.
big in Super Bowl 29, but they lost their
Would be
last
enough.
time out against the Ravens in Super Bowl 47. They're looking for
That's
a
a good
little bit
first
of
time by the
that.
Niners.
Can we get right again, guys? And I think the San Francisco 49ers team is going to play awfully well in this game.
And they're hoping that the lights stay on in the stadium the entire game this go around. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line. A pass complete here to Sanders. And he gets it inside the 35 and just short of the 30. He'll get
In any way,
17
shape, or
on
form,
that
or
one, and the
prediction,
Niners have a
this
first
video of the
down.
outcome of the score, I am just
Line of
playing to see
scrimmage
how
at
well I
31
do.
now on 1st and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw.
Let's go!
And down he goes.
Let's see. What else?
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. Give him 3 yards on the run. Now they'll need to drop something good here on 3rd and 13. One of the big questions in the lead up to Super Bowl 54 that held up Tevin Coleman. We saw him go down fairly early in that NFC Championship game against Green Bay, and you thought, oh boy. And now Garoppolo lost the football.
Down. Is this a punt? Or is it a field goal?
Plays like this where the ball
They're
comes
trying
free,
to
it's
field.
often
I don't think
unusual
they're going to make
for the
it.
team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense.
No good. I just ball at the 44. Okay. I get really good field position.
In this
Should
case,
just
though,
kicked
the
it and tried
teammate
to
is able to
go
come up with the
corner.
ball.
Well, that is not what you want to see from him on the big stage, obviously. And he's been so reliable all season long.
A big part of why they've gotten here to this game. But you have to wonder, will this haunt them later as the Super Bowl progresses?
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing up.
And this is caught.
Let's go.
Mahomes finding Hill for a big play.
How is that not a
42
touchdown?
yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it.
And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl.
Right.
As his guys are able to
I do think the Chiefs are scoring first tonight.
Quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
No one's watching
after
anyway.
The touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
My goal for the end of the year is
to taken to the back of the end zone.
13 subscribers.
No run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at their 25-yard line. I want to get your thoughts on something here as San Francisco starts this next drive. We talked about the lack of pass attempts for Jimmy G in the postseason so far. But they were number 2 in the rushing attack in the league, only behind Baltimore and Lamar Jackson. So you think KC's defense, the stack the box, force the Niners to throw?
I think they have to, because you just get shredded in the run game. It destroys you in the psyche as well as it does out on the field. So you've got to try and take that part away from them, force Garoppolo to throw, and then on key third down situations, make sure you double tight end George Kittle, because he's the game breaker for them.
George
the rookie wide receiver Deebo Samuel has really come on as of late.
He's probably the best player on the Niners.
On third and long, it's Garoppolo.
Like their game plan should be just
it's Kendrick Bourne. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time. So now first and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. And Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well. But that starts with the organization itself. All the way through.
Keep him on the end zone.
No excuses for guys being out. Finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play when they need them. And we've seen the results of that. This team knows how to work through things.
On first down, it's Coleman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Chris Jones gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Throwing now is Garoppolo. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. This is caught. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Open man is
so should have went after that.
He takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. 2 minutes even on the clock in the first half of Super Bowl 54. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Frank Clark. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop
like
him.
Andy Reid is
This has
way
been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal. George Kittle, the all-pro, 85 catches, over 1,000 yards this year. Maybe the most memorable play, that face mask tugging catch in the final minute of the win in New Orleans, Charles.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Oh, they get
yes, I blocked that.
It's blocked.
They got it back. Say it's awful field position.
Please tell me this doesn't come off as snarky. But that's a relative chip shot. I mean, you've got to be able to execute that one. I don't care what they design on the other side about trying to block the kick. That should be 3 points on the board.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. If you're out at 55, 60 yards, low trajectory from here, you get that thing up. This should be 3.
Yeah, there's nothing routine in football, but this one really almost should be. Snap, hold, kick, ball through the post. Didn't happen that way.
Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. That's caught inside the 20. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. A big play there just before halftime. 53 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 33. Butker's kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. The never tedious halftime show behind us, and now it's back to football as we get going again in Super Bowl 54.
Maybe $300.
Oh, up and over. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Seats right on the 50 for this game.
Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. His second catch to the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. On play action, it's Mahomes. Looking downfield for Kelsey. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way
I'm not
in
gonna
for a
call him,
Kansas City
but
touchdown.
I thought I was down at
Travis Kelsey, 43 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Jimmy Garoppolo and his offense heading back on the field. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off, because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest.
Here we go.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 18. They begin the drive with Williams.
Come on. Get more than 2 yards.
After a gain of just 1.
17.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
It's because all I do is live stream.
On 2nd and 9.
Am I just not a good?
Looking for Kelsey. It got his
Let's
man
go.
Complete. It's a
5
gain
for 5,
of
193 yards, 1 touchdown.
I don't care what level of football you play.
Cover.
This one was a universal, wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch football, remember we get in these positions and you just say, everybody go along and hope someone would come free.
Mahomes firing complete. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Oh wait, I forgot. No one ever watches.
Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Now Williams. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Escaping the pressure right. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one a broken play, but it ends up.
My challenge.
Being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. A close call here. Did the ball cross the plane? I don't know. From the naked eye, this was tough to tell.
Always difficult when there's such a tangle of bodies around. You're just trying to find the ball and make sure just a portion of it crossed the plane of the goal line.
They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
I have Uno cards around. I'll pick
Garoppolo on the draw to Coleman.
I draw 2.
5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with third and about 6 yards to go.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Blitz.
1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl.
Skip and reverse me, I get to
after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
So I got a 3, so if I scroll down and find the red 3. So that's
the Niners on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
And wild cards mean I can maybe put
a shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
So let's go to the blue 4. So
and he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. To throw, it's Mahomes. Steps away to his left. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty's not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Garoppolo. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. The Niners on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Got his target, Samuel. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Garoppolo on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. It was Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, there to knock it away. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver. That takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Got the connection here to Bourne. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Chiefs will take over at their own 20. And now here comes Kansas City with this lead and the football. Things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Now Mahomes' throw complete to his tight end, Kelsey.
Boom!
Still fighting through tackles. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead.
As Belichick would say, just got to play better on all 2 phases of the game.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Yeah.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
Got 2 minutes.
Big time.
Less than 2 minutes remain here in Super Bowl 54. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Garoppolo. This one complete to Coleman. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48.
Why did I go out of bounds?
But now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Again, it's Williams. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
And they'll take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. And the Kansas City Chiefs are the Super Bowl champions. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all off season, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. And what a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.
At the Super Bowl, they're selling a 18-inch sausage for $34. Better be one very good one. Value hot dog and value popcorn box combined are $7. Yeah. Alright, that's the stream. Bye.